Grounds because he moved in close to the ring, and there he is. The man that 1 year less 6 days is back in New York City to defend the heavyweight champion, which came to him very proudly and to his country, Sweden. In fact, he was the first non-American heavyweight champ in 25 years to win the title. The last prior to him had been Primo Carnera. And he's the first Swedish-born fighter to fight for and get the coveted World Championship. Ingemar Johansson, 27-year-older, who weighed 194 3/4 at noon today. Both he and Floyd Patterson, I might report from having been there, seemed extremely nervous at the weighing-in ceremonies. There are a great number of reporters, probably a record number of reporters, around the 1,600 mark, that are here in person, and of course they took in the weigh-in as well. Through the ropes, there is the champion.
Feature Sports Incorporated presents the main event. 15 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing from Rockville Center, Long Island, weighing 190 pounds and wearing black trunks, the challenger, Floyd Patterson. From Gothenburg, Sweden, weighing 194 3/4 pounds and wearing white trunks, the heavyweight champion of the world, Ingemar Johansson. The officials assigned here by the New York State Athletic Commission are judges Leo Birnbaum, known better as Bobby Dawson, and Artie Idella. Timekeeper Fred Abatello. Counting for the knockdown at the bell, Al Burl. Referee Arthur Mercanti.
There you see, ladies and gentlemen, Arthur Mercanti, one of the young referees on the New York Athletic Commission staff. This is his first championship bout, first title bout. He's had a great schooling coming up through the ranks. We have worked with him many times before, and we know of his ability, and he is strong, and he is always on top of the fighters without obscuring the view of the many fans, whether it be here at the Polo Grounds or for all of you watching the presentation by the Teleprompter Corporation. We're in the corner of Floyd Patterson. He has with him his trainer with his back to us. You see him lacing on the gloves now. That is Dan Florio, who has to serve as strategist too, because in the case of Patterson, and the same is true of Johansson, they have no manager as of record. Customato, who guided Floyd Patterson from its very start, is not licensed by New York State. And Johansson does not have a manager of a license here in the state. But you do see Dr. Carlson, his advisor, Nils Blumberg putting on the gloves, and probably Ingemar's closest advisor on the left, outside the ropes, leaning across, Edwin Alquist. That is Chicky Ferrara, who turns around occasionally with his hand on his hips. He will probably help second the champion, who goes into the bout with a record of 22 consecutive wins. He has scored a total of 14 knockouts. Been a professional since 1952, and this barrel-chested, strong, and rugged heavyweight, again repeating, weighed 194 3/4 pounds. There's a great deal of care taken in putting on the gloves for any championship fight, and we might point out that these are 6-ounce gloves by virtue of the New York State Athletic Commission rules. Incidentally, the scoring in New York State, if you're scoring the bout as you look on with us, is done by a 4-point system, 4 points being the top. going down 4-3 and 2-1. And there you see part of the nearly 50,000 who have come out to the Polo Grounds, which is tribute indeed to one of the most refreshing promotional organizations in the history of boxing, Feature Sports Incorporated. Such names as Jack Fugazi, Bill Fugazi, Roy Cohen, Neil Walsh, and a host of others who have done a magnificent job. And of course the fans have been stirred, have had their imagination stirred by the fact that Floyd Patterson, at 21, became the youngest young man to win the heavyweight title. But at 25, he's trying to regain it tonight. And he certainly was denied keeping it almost a year ago by the thundering right hand of Ingemar Johansson. Arthur Mercanti, the referee, now trying to get both fighters to come out to the center of the ring so he can explain the rules. Scheduled 15-round World Heavyweight Championship bout. Governor Nelson Rockefeller on hand, along with ex-Governor Thomas Dewey, Jimmy Cagney, Jack Dempsey, Gene Tunney, and all the boxing luminaries who were in the eastern coast area around the time of this bout tonight. Both boys being checked, and let's go up and see what the referee has to say.
Ingemar and Floyd, this being a contest for the heavyweight championship of the world, will necessitate two major rule changes. The mandatory 8 count will be waived. You'll resume boxing immediately after a knockdown. The other man will return to this neutral corner and remain there until I signal you to come out boxing. Now, is this understood? It's very important. 3 knockdown rule will also be waived. There can be more than 3 knockdowns in any given round. I warn you now, you will be penalized for any unnecessary roughness or any infraction of the rules. Break when you're told to break. Good luck to both of you. Shake hands now. Return to your corners and await the starting bell.
And so get set, ladies and gentlemen, for Ingemar Johansson as he defends his world championship against Floyd Patterson. A little later on, you'll hear from my colleague and good friend, Marty Glickman, between rounds. We'll be watching with you, and here we go with the first round at the Polo Grounds. Johansson in white, 194 3/4. Patterson, black trunks, 190 pounds. Watch the pattern of this first round. Patterson's defense thus far, as you have noticed, is less of the peekaboo style. And Johansson is caught with a left on the nose. Another left. Johansson more bewildered than hurt by those punches. The mouse under the left eye of Ingemar Johansson, a swollen area under his left eye. Johansson's first right hand missed the target, Patterson's head. To go in this first round. Tiny cut now under the left eye of Ingemar Johansson in white. Johansson has had a variety of expressions here in this first round. 10 seconds till the end of round one.
You might think.
Glickman.
Ingemar Johansson being ministered to by Whitey Bimstein on the left. Edwin Ahlquist, his advisor, leaning in over the ropes. Nils Blomberg, his trainer. And one question already has been answered. The mental attitude of Floyd Patterson. Obviously, he's right. He's set. Most aggressive. He clearly won that first round. Floyd Patterson getting set now for round two. Here's Chris Schenkel.
Okay, Marty. Round two, Patterson in black. Johansson in white. Locked left hook. Johansson's quarter closed the cut under his left eye. There's a right hand that connects. Right hand by Johansson came in on an angle, not straight away at the chin. Patterson backing off. Floyd winked in our direction. Sometimes that is an indication that he's not feeling so good. You'll see a fighter do that out of nervous tension. As you can see, he's backing off, has become more cautious now that he's caught that Swedish right. Minute to go, round two. Punch just a little short. Patterson appears to have shaken off the effects of that right hand. They'll get a rest in 10 seconds. We now move to Floyd Patterson's corner, and he was caught with a Johansson right hand. He has been trying more tonight in the first two rounds to provide less of a stationary target by not only moving around, using a little more footwork than he did in their first meeting, but he's also moving his body and trying to keep his head moving, and that's always been a problem for Floyd, to get the head to move from side to side so that he is not a sucker or a sitting duck for a solid punch. Floyd appears okay as Nick Florio on the right, and on the left, Dan Florio, and with his back to us, the assistant trainer, Buster Watson, look off swollen area beneath it. Get ready now for round three at the Polo Grounds. left jabs being used by the fighters than in their initial meeting. One of Patterson's aims, he told us, was to try to gain control of the fight, which he felt he did not have, as was evidenced in the third round a year ago. Mercati, the referee. Missed right. That's a menacing left jab used by Johansson. It impairs the vision of Patterson. Floyd Patterson unmarked here in the third round. Johansson sustained a swollen area under his left eye and a tiny cut in round one. Johansson laughing as the punches were not effective. Seconds. Round three. Good body punch. Hooks to the midsection. Was not on the chin, but it did hit the damaged area under the left eye of Johansson.
Remember that here in New York State, the primary basis for decision is round-by-round scoring. If the fight should end in a draw, so far as rounds scored are concerned, on any official's card, his winner is determined by a supplementary point score. But the actual fight itself is based on a round-by-round decision on the official scores. Artie Idala is one of the two judges, and Leo Birnbaum, the second judge. The votes of those three men will determine the outcome of this fight. Again, Floyd Patterson seems to have won this third round. Unofficially, our scoring has it 2 rounds for Patterson, 1 for Johansson. Round 4 coming up, Chris Schenkel.
Well, for the fourth, and we look at Johansson. The area beneath Johansson's left eye is more swollen now. It covers a larger area right now near his cheekbone. There have been no knockdowns. When two heavies meet, anything can happen, so should there be an early ending, stay with us for a videotape rerun of the crucial moments. And White working hard on that left jab to make it sting a little more than a year ago, is doing just that. fourth round. Less than 1 minute in the fourth round at the Polo Grounds. There you can see the left eye of Johansson. There's complete vision from the left eye. Ten seconds. End of round 4, ladies and gentlemen, and this is Floyd Patterson, who tonight, with the speed that he had shown in earlier fights, is moving around, also trying to get in closer to smother the right-hand punches and possibly a potential left hook thrown by Johansson. Single year on the heavyweight throne, this man has proved one of the best showmen and businessmen in boxing history. I might point out as we wait for round 5 that neither Johansson nor Patterson has ever gone 15 rounds. Here is round 5. Johansson in white, Patterson in the black trunks. A sneak inside right by Patterson. Caught the neck of Johansson. Johansson is down. A left hook. Eight, 9. Johansson is bleeding at the mouth. He was took the count of 9. A minute and a half left here in round 5. And there it goes! Eight, 9, and wrestling history is made. Wrestling history is made. Gentlemen, Johansson, as a precautionary measure, is kept lying on the canvas. However, he is not moving a muscle, as Dr. Alexander Schiff and Dr. Swetnick are trying to revive him. Boxing history has just been made. 8 former heavyweight champions tried to do it, to reclaim their title. They could never do it. Floyd Patterson, 25 years of age, has done it. The time, 1 minute and 51 seconds of round 5. Johansson now beginning to move his head from side to side.
Will you fellas give us just a second? Floyd, turn around this way. All right, for the ring announcement. The ring announcement. The time, 1 minute, 51 seconds of the 5th round. And the first man ever to regain the heavyweight championship, the winner, Floyd Patterson. Before, nobody ever did it. You told me at Newtown, Connecticut, you'd know in the first round whether or not you'd knock him out. Did you know?
Well, Howie, I'm not going to kid. I did feel that I had a great chance of knocking him out after the first round. But he caught me with a very good right hand, and I tried to play coy. I tried to make like I was seriously hurt so he can follow up, but he never did.
Floyd, I know you were worried about Ingo. Lifting him up now, and he does not seem seriously hurt.
You mind if I go over and...
I will let you go over, Floyd. In just a minute, if you'll give me just another minute, Floyd. When do you have a rematch coming up under the contract, Floyd?
In 90 days.
In 90 days.
Yes.
Do you feel that it will be much the same story then, that you've learned how to fight Ingemar?
Well, Howie, I can't say. I sure hope so.
You wouldn't boast about it?
No.
The Ring McCarthy Jack announcer is talking to us about the photographers. One final question, Floyd. When you hit Ingo, that first hard left hook that felled him, did you know then that a knockout was sure?
No, I never take for granted of anything. I knew that my possibilities were greater than they were before I got in the ring when I fought him with the left hook.
Do you feel the extra weight helped you a great deal?
I'm punching much harder, yes.
And do you feel that your different style of training this time was much of the story, that you weren't stale?
Yes.
Floyd from Great Britain. You've been on radio and television there. Our congratulations to you from your listeners and viewers in Britain.
Thank you.
All right, Floyd Patterson moving away from us now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to get to Ingemar Johansson. Now he's on his feet.
Floyd Patterson, the greatest one that ever lived.
All right, let's go over to Ingemar. Eddie, will it be possible, Eddie, to talk with Ingemar on microphone?
Heavyweight champion.
This is Edwin Alquist, ladies and gentlemen, the business advisor to Ingemar Johansson, as Floyd goes over to